Hi, my name is Maurice Murray, and this is a persuasive speech for Speech 115. The speech itself is about education in America and youth, as well as what parents can do to be involved. Here we go. You have failed. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. You are all young adults and you're on the cusp of having families of your own. Or maybe you have little ones. Well, according to national statistics published by the National Center for Education Statistics, 7.4% of children will drop out. Of that, the Learning Center has said that those children that remain in school will no longer be in the top 10% of all, or the top 10 of all the countries in the world when it comes to education received. So, where exactly does the U.S. fall? Maybe you're thinking 12, 15. No, actually 17th. And this is why you have failed. I understand that you are asking yourself, well, what can I do? Shouldn't it be up to, say, teachers, the state, government? Well, or you're saying to yourself, well, this is a horrible economy. I actually have to have 2 jobs to be able to provide for my family. I just don't have the time. Well, I would like to tell you that I work hard. 40 hours a week, I go to school, and I've raised 4 kids. As a matter of fact, of those 4 kids, I have 3 of them that are in college right now, and a middle schooler that has roughly about a 3.5 GPA. Very proud of her. So, I think I know what I'm talking about. And, with that said, I don't consider myself to be a subject matter expert, but several schools do. And several parents do as well, because they've approached me and asked me for help and suggestions. Here's a rhetorical question for you. What is the most treasured possession in your life? Your kids. Then how can you rely solely on a teacher or the state or the government to give your children what is needed in the classroom? To me, they are doing their part. Things have not changed over the last 30 years that much. Yet, they've provided us with, look at, I believe it's No Children Left Behind Act of 2001. This is an initiative that brings strong accountability to schools, teachers. There's more flexibility in what they can and can't do. And it brings with it more control from within. Lastly, it gives an opportunity for parents to be more involved. Don't fail your children, because when you do, they truly are left behind, going down paths like gangs, drugs, and many more that will make any parent cringe. What can you do? How can you be a bigger impact for them? All good questions. And you are not alone. As a matter of fact, there was a study that was done by Johns Hopkins University, and it said that over 90% of parents surveyed said that they agreed there needs to be more parent involvement, that they need to act as a resource for school administrations and partake in those things. Well, of that 90%, there were 80% of those parents that said, how can I be more involved? What more can I do? It's simple. Promote education. That's the biggest piece. With that also comes the success in school for your children. Ask for progress reports. Help them study and inspect what you expect from them. Most schools have online grading programs. Log on to them. Track what your kids are doing. Are they actually turning in assignments? Sit the kids down away from TVs and video games and give them some dedicated time so that they can actually study. Ask for graded assignments. Double check their work and verify that it was turned in on time. Westet's study of 2001 found that schools where teachers reported high levels of outreach to parents also showed a high, I think it was actually 40% increase in math and science, as opposed to the schools that did not reach out to parents. Teachers want to do this. They always have. But they don't always receive a favorable response from parents. Or if you encounter exactly the opposite of that, then you have to step up as a parent. You have to go to them and say, well, what can I do? What can I help with? What is the progress of my child? How are their assignments? Are they participating? Review all their paperwork that they bring home. Kids, they store a lot of stuff in their backpacks. Check your email. Read those things that they send home from school so that you can be kind of in the know. Send the teachers, as well as other administrators, emails. Make sure they have all of your contact information. Make sure it's up to date. Express with that both your gratitude as well as your concerns. The landmark Coleman Report of 1966 documented the impact of both families as well as school on educational achievements. Similar students with the same results had been duplicated multiple times since then, showing that a combined effort can produce a strong support system which attributed greatly to the accomplishments of those children. Take an hour out of your day, maybe during your lunch break, and just make an unexpected visit to school. This shows the kids that you're watching them, that you can pop up at any time, and that they needed to be on their best behavior. My kids know that I've done this. It is also the same for the school, because it lets them know that you're watching as well. At various points over the last 12 years, I've been a fixture in schools, knowing faculty members, administrators, and security by name as I go from one classroom to the next. Now, in closing, I'd like to say, failure is not inevitable, but if we as parents don't make some changes in how we approach schools for our children, then it will happen. Every parent I know says that they want a better life for their kids than they had when they were growing up. This has to be done through education. Having good grades and a great work ethic is the foundation that kids need at the earliest stages of education, so that when it comes to middle school and high school and college, they're prepared. We can't hold their hands all the time, but we can for now, before it is actually too late. Instill the values that they have, or that they need to be successful, so that we can reclaim our spot at the top of those lists as we compare ourselves to other countries. When it comes to school, being a parent doesn't just apply to report cards or parent-teacher conferences. It applies every day. Partake in the kids' activities so that they know you care. Ask the tough questions about school and classes. If they win, you win, the state wins, and the country. Failure is only yours if you do nothing. Thank you.